Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Wednesday, February 7th, 2024. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right, put that aside. Crude oil inventory report this morning at 10:30. No trades yet on crude mini session. Market opening in less than a minute. Unleaded gas picking up a possible long. That one may have been avoidable, may not have been. Whichever, you would, if you weren't in it, you would have taken the short. If you were, the short would have been stop and reverse, adjusted. That hit both targets 1 and target 2 so traders, but either trader should be positive on this. Trailer coming all the way down to 368 from the entry at 412. So definitely should be positive. YM has gone too far on the early trade. The market is open. Let's see, what did we have down here? Yep, first bars opened below closed right at 9:30, well below the entry on the soybeans trade, so that's a no trade. Went too fast. We have a potential get in sync trade on the pound Aussie. Plotted entry is up at 93.43, but I've adjusted that down to 93.39 because of the proximity to the 50 EMA. Got 2 pips below the 50 at the time the trade printed. If the 50 continues up, I'll move the entry back up. 50 is now at, looks like right at 45. Yeah, 44.6. So if that moves up just a little bit more, I'll come back to the 43 entry, and the money management will come back to 40 to 31, or actually 30.1. Right, let's get the micro NQ chart up here. Micro NQ is on a tear, but that's a pre-market trade, obviously. So we'll wait our 4 minutes to start there. Short trade on the micro Russell. YM did stop out of its early trade, so we'll be looking for a new setup there. And a long trade possibility. That is right at the 20 SMA, so I would push that, call that 84.50. And didn't get what I wanted. That's better. So that is still, that's a get in sync. Good morning, Kevin. Good to see you here. Please do say hello in the chat. If anybody that is here, it's the only way I know who's here. Looks like we did get to money management. 1960.8 for the break-even stop. 0.7 was the entry. That one also could easily have been adjusted around the 200 for an entry. And a break-even trade. And our first trade of the morning on crude. I wasn't watching that one as closely. Only 5 seconds, so that's still a get in sync trade. That was too fast to catch, I would imagine. All right, prices pulled back on the micro NQ, and we are in our, yeah, that we should be in that trade now. Short on the micro NQ. That will be interesting to see how it handles the 50 EMA. As I would expect, given the move that we've been looking at, this could be a reaction trade, and that would not necessarily be a good thing. Short trade on the soybeans chart. Eight tick target. 1181 and a quarter for the entry. And we've definitely hit that again, so you're definitely in the trade. Stop and reverse potential on crude. 73.77. Then there's the entry. So short on crude now. Definitely in the crude trade. Soybeans is short, and the YM short got a break even, and that was all because it didn't quite get to target. So we'll look for another trade. And we now have a potential long trade on the pound Aussie. Didn't ever trigger the short, so we won't adjust. 361. And looks like, and our money management is target 2 at 373. So we'll take 2 positions at target 2 and positions at target 3, target 4, and trail. Soybeans hit its target, 8 ticks, stop at 11. 11 should be 1180 even, or 1181 even. Came close, but looks like we're still surviving there. Okay, the 50 EMA is up to 45.3. So I would bring the entry, the short trade, back up to 343. So we have two possible trades, the long trade and the short trade. And soybean stopping out, that'll end the session one and done. Just 11 ticks today, but positive day nonetheless. Short trade set up on the YM. Entries at 743. The SMA is at 744. I'd push it down to 742. And it is in the trade. So short on the YM. Money management at 714. 33 tick target at 710. Pound Aussie testing the 50 EMA again. Please do feel free to ask questions. Just missing money management on the micro NQ. And Pound Aussie is testing the EMA. Another short trade on the... Yeah, we're in the short trade. There's money management on the YM. Second money management, so this will be a POQ trade. And getting target one, so definitely going to be POQ. We got a break even and now a target one win. Alright, YM at 726 for the trailer. Going through target 3. Micro Russell at session lows. Only the one break-even trade so far, though. Micro NQ getting money management. So we're looking for target 2. Stop at 748.25. Target 2 is at 702 flat. 711 for the YM stop. Did we get down to the... Alright, there's our short entry. So our 361, and that looks like it's going to... Yep, the long trade has canceled, so no stop and reverse on. We did just trigger in on the get in sync. And money management on the crude trade. YM stop, and YM stopping out, it looks like 88. Yeah, 688. So 1 and done, or 2 and done session on the YM. Stopping out for break even on the micro NQ and transitioning to long. Micro NQ at session highs, Micro Russell at session lows. And the YM set a new session high and now has come off of it. So there's a bit of divergence in the market indices. MNQ and Micro NQ and the YM both have come off their session highs, but both just recently set session highs right around the open. And a long on the micro Russell. Pull back, giving us a chance to get in. So far, that's a get in sync trade. Target 1 on crude. Let's see what we did there. 87 to 70, yeah, 10 ticks, so we're down 20. 77, we picked up 14, so we still need target 2 or a little bit more of a trailer. Current stop is 73.78, and there is target 2. That'll get us positive. Stop moves down to 66, but we are out on target 2. 16 and 20 or 14 and 24, 38 ticks, so we're 18 ticks positive, and this will be a POQ trade. We also are at break even on the micro NQ trade. 748 and 3/4. Full stop on the Russell. Break even and a loss. Pound Aussie peaking below the 50 EMA. We'll have to see if it's able to push down through it. We did get a close below, but now we're coming back above. Another close below the 50. Tested it a third time. Still testing it on the Pound Aussie. Short trade on the micro Russell. And a break-even stop out again on the micro NQ. Mixed bag this morning. This is significantly larger trade on the micro Russell because of the wick on the setup bar. .6 is our normal target 3. Target 2 in this case is 4.2. So I would use target 2 targets 2 and 3 as their actionable targets. And a short on the micro NQ. I would probably have adjusted this around the 50. Entry at 736 and a half. And the 50 EMA is at 735 and a half, almost 3/4. So yeah, I would probably have come to 735 and a quarter. We'll have to see where this one goes. Pound Aussie oscillating around the 50 EMA. Closing back above. Money management on the micro NQ. Stop at 36 and a quarter. Actually, make that 35 off the adjusted 735. And we went as high as 36 and a quarter, so that is a break-even stop. That's 3 break-even trades on the micro NQ. All right, nothing much happening. It's all right to copy them, but I would suggest doing your own testing on these strategies before you start following along with trades. Just copying somebody else's trades is a good way to get into a situation where you're not familiar enough with the strategy to actually execute or make any small adjustments, and you also don't have a chance to build a belief in the strategy. And good morning, Mark. All right, Trade number 4 on the micro NQ. Long trade. Looks like right at the same place we stopped out previously. 748.5. Micro Russell still in the short trade. Pound Aussie still in the short trade as well. About another 15 minutes and then we'll close it down and get ready for the crude oil inventory report at 10:30 today. All three market indices indicating just kind of a sideways consolidation at the moment. Crude 9 a.m. mini session was power of quitting, as was soybeans and the YM. And the unleaded chart was also one and done this morning. So four charts reaching POQ. We have 3 currently active. The 2 catapult charts on the Micro Russell and the Micro NQ, and the spotlight chart on the Pound Aussie. Micro NQ taking heat, testing the 50 EMA, and the stop there is at 733 flat. Micro Russell setting a new session low, then bouncing back up to the 14 EMA. And the Pound Aussie stuck on the 50 EMA. And there is a full stop out on Micro NQ. 3 break-evens and a full stop. So unfortunately, so far it's a losing session. Just not extending far enough to give us trades. Stop and reverse. 49.3 on the Micro Russell. No, not triggered yet. Two-tick back stop and reverse adjustment. So that pushes our entry to there. So far, we're still in the short. Micro Russell in the upper left corner. On catapult, 1.5 point Renko with a 0.5 point offset. Crude in the middle, 8-tick range bar for NinjaTrader. It's an 8-cent momentum bar for, and we did stop and reverse to long on the Micro Russell. So that's our second loss on the Micro Russell, along with a break even early and a potential short trade on the Micro NQ. 24 and a half, 724 and a half. We got as low as 25, so we're not in that trade yet. Oh, and loss number 3 on the Micro Russell. That ends that session. That's our stop point, is 3 losses. 4 wins, 3 losses, or 6 trades. In this case, we've had 4 trades, 3 of which were losses. The 4th was a break even. So the Pound Aussie and the Micro NQ. So far the Micro NQ is still has a valid short trade. Pound Aussie still not far from the 50 EMA and coming back down to it, it looks like. Long trade now on the Micro NQ. That just triggered in. all three market indices seem to be turning upward. Micro NQ hesitating a bit. And back to the short entry on the pound Aussie. Money management on the micro NQ. This is trade number 5. So 4 of them have been at 4. This will be the 4th trade that's at least a break even. 3 break evens and a loss so far. This will be a 4th break even at least. Possibly a winning trade. It's going to have to set a new session high. And it's going to need to do it pretty quickly if I'm going to stay with it. $7.79 is the session high. We need to get to $7.83 flat for target 2 on the micro NQ. And there is target 2, so that's a winning trade. And pushing for target 3, and I believe that's target 3. 795. Yeah, we got to 796.25, so we're at target 3. That's going to get us positive on the session. And trailing at 778. Target 4 up at 807. $7.80 3/4 for the micro NQ stop. It's $7.83 3/4. Our market indices taking off. Here about 5 after 10. $7.89.5. Target 4. Solid winning trade here. Trailer up above target 2. Our only position left is the trailing position. Targets 2, 3, and 4 in hand already. All right, it is 10:15 Eastern Time. Crude oil inventory report is due out in about 15 minutes, so I'm going to call this session to an end. I'll close this one out. I'll set up for the crude oil inventory report session. That'll be a new live stream in about 10 minutes. So we will see everybody very shortly. Otherwise, we'll be back at it at 9:30 tomorrow morning. So we'll see everybody shortly. 792.50 and a half now for the micro NQ. Still in the short on the pound Aussie, just kind of going sideways. So on to the crude inventory report.